Vagspec South Africa, the #1 leading aftermarket workshop for Volkswagen, Audi and Porsche. We offer a variety of repairs, maintenance and upgrades for your vehicle. We have branches nationwide: Stickland Industrial Belleville, Gans Plaza Somerset West, Bram Fisher Drive Randburg, Church Street Zeerust and Menlyn Retail Park Pretoria. Building customers for life. Contact us today and feel the difference.
Your son-in-law said to me when we got here, "How did you get here?" I said, "I came by horse." He said, "No, you're kidding me. You're kidding me." I said, "Well, okay. How many horses did you come?" Because obviously a horse is measured in horsepower.
Right.
The car is also measured in horsepower. But
Right.
this program today is very, very kindly sponsored by a man who absolutely adores horses. And that's why he fitted the bill so well.
The horse business is quite remarkable. If you had to do an essay, and a truthful essay, nobody would buy a horse. The amount of money you spend, it never wins a race. It gets, it dies. The costs of vets. You could go on and on and on, and you'd say, well, you know, people say, well, why are you in the business? Because it's a disease. And I keep saying this to you, and repetition sometimes is needed. The outside of a horse is good for the inside of the man. I go to the sales today. I don't want to spend the amount of money that I spend, but I'm there and the enthusiasm takes over and you spend more than you want to.
Because somebody must have said to you, "Gary Play, you don't want to be the richest man in the cemetery. Spend it while you got it."
Well, that's my motto. All my children have been taken care of, and what I've got left over, man, I tell you, I'm going to spend it. But a lot of people make money and they don't want to spend it. They don't enjoy it. They leave it to their children and they enjoy it.
Well, they're deformed. They've got short arms and deep pockets.
That's exactly right. Well, one thing that I enjoy my money, and as you know, I had the most wonderful wife. I was with my wife for 72 years. She dies. Loneliness is a silent killer, and of which I was undergoing. And then I met this wonderful lady in America. She loves golf. She loves going to the gymnasium. She loves traveling. I've even got her to buy a horse in South Africa. She's highly intelligent. She has her own business. She's a fantastic person, always laughing, and happiness is contagious, as I said.
So she's your female Litrevina.
She is my female. I like that. That's very well put. But she's also very rich. And so I said to her, "Listen, I don't need your money. You don't need my money. But if you die before me, leave me some." So they asked me to go to a luncheon the other day. Well, she arranged it, 100 ladies, and I'm speaking to them. You know, when you get to 91, you can say anything you like now. It doesn't matter anymore. And the ladies were talking, and I was talking, and they said, "Do you mind if we ask you questions?" I said, "By all means." The one lady said, "You're 91. Do you hold her hand?" I said, "I love to touch as much as I can. I hold her hand." The other lady says, "Well, do you kiss her?" I said, "Many times as I can during the day." I said, "But hang on. Before you ladies become too familiar, I'd like you to know she's pregnant." No more questions. But there's a message in what I'm conveying.
Gary Hefner.
Right. The message I'm conveying is that one of you, one spouse or the other, will die before the other. And you don't want to sit there and feel sorry for yourself. In my life, I've been successful, starting from very poor beginnings. And one of the lessons, there are many obviously, one of the lessons of the many is don't feel sorry for yourself. Everybody's got a problem. It doesn't matter who you are. Everybody has a problem.
Okay, now, two very important things. Number one, your son-in-law said to me when we got here, "How did you get here?" I said, "I came by horse." He said, "No, you're kidding me. You're kidding me." I said, "Well, okay. How many horses did you come?" Because obviously a horse is measured in horsepower.
Right.
The car is also measured in horsepower.
Right.
But this program today is very, very kindly sponsored by a man who absolutely adores horses. And that's why he fitted the bill so well.
Vagspec South Africa, the #1 leading aftermarket workshop for Volkswagen, Audi and Porsche. We offer a variety of repairs, maintenance and upgrades for your vehicle. We have 5 branches nationwide: Stickland Industrial Belleville, Gans Plaza Somerset West, Church Street Zeerust and Menlyn Retail Park Pretoria. Building customers for life. Contact us today and feel the difference.
the commentator's going to say, and there goes the hot pot favourite, double Grand Slam. The daughter of Vercingetorix, she's won 4 Grade 1 races. She's won 11 races. She's run second 5 times. She doesn't know how to run a bad race. There are a lot of people out there listening terrestrially or worldwide that don't know what a double Grand Slam is. So how did she find you?
Well, you know, I know pedigrees pretty well. And I was studying the catalogue, and I looked at this horse, and I said, and I went through it inside out, and then I got hold of Dave McLean, and then we had Suzette with us, but then she wanted to get out, and we got Gaynor Rupert, who's such a wonderful lady and has done so much, and I think she's the best breeder in the country today. Let me digress for a minute. Why? Because once the babies are weaned, she sends them to the Karoo, and there's no place on this planet that can raise a horse like the Karoo. When I was there, Graafrenet,
beautiful.
When I was a coach, I never ever had a horse break down. Can you believe it? Never. Because of the sweet grass, the water. Water is such a vitally important thing in our lives. But now I've got off the subject. Double Grand Slam. So how I won it, I was the only man to win the double Grand Slam in the world. Everybody tried. Such an honour.
You won it as a senior, and you won it as a veteran.
Right. So, I won it as a junior, basically.
Well, before you became a senior.
Right, and it was such an honour, and to think you're the only man on the planet that's done it, and they all tried. So I thought, what an appropriate name, Double Grand Slam. Now I bought another one with a man called Amir, an Indian gentleman in Durban here, charming guy, and we've made it Senior Grand Slam. So we're hoping that's going to follow in the footsteps. But to have a horse like Double Grand Slam, as you correctly said, 4 Group 1s, the last 2 Group 1s, she lost by a total of 7 inches. That's far. 2 of them. And one of the things I wanted to say, which I admired, which I've never in my life seen a jockey do this, Andrew Fortune. Andrew Fortune got after the sprint down here at Scottsville. He got on my phone and sent me an email. He said, I want to tell you, it's eating me up. I apologize from the bottom of my heart. I rode the worst race I could possibly ride, and Pambila beat me. And I say, well, he beat you fair and square. But to be so humble is to say, I rode a terrible race. But the conclusion of the race really upset me when we had the trainer of Pambila. He said, well, this proves that this horse is the best filly in the country, and it had never won a Group 1. I look at many sports to see who the best ever was, and there's only one answer. It's not how handsome, it's not the charisma, it's not how big, it's not how strong they were. It's the record. What did they do? Put it on paper, put the record on paper, and that's how you judge the best. Justin told me it was the greatest horse that he ever trained. Now, whether he fully believes that or not, I don't know. And it's lovely to have it with a lady like Gaynor Rupert, who's put so much into the horse business, and such a charming lady, and her husband has done so much for South Africa. A great thrill, and I tell you, to own a horse like that.
Did it concern you that she drew so badly at Greyville over a mile? Because it's one thing being drawn badly over 2,200 meters, where you can overcome your draw while everybody's hustling to get to the drill hall. At Greyville, you're drawn at the drill hall, you're on the bend, you need so much class.
Very good question. And I always remember Mike de Kock, who's been such a wonderful trainer in South Africa, and an ambassadorial role as well with horses overseas. I look at it and I say, and he said, when you get a bad draw at Greyville, it's a death warrant. So I look at her now, terrible draw. So I say to myself, well, if she wins, then she's really better than I thought. If she doesn't win, well, it's not that serious. You know, you have to have a bit of luck in life. I don't know, I say, is luck, luck I say is the residue of design. I never relied on luck. My dad always said you had to have luck, and we had a great many debates on it. But you've got to have determination and overcome bad luck. And you've got to expect bad luck. And life, as they say, excuse me, and I don't swear, but they say life is a bitch and then you die. And so, it's tough. So, but you've got to be realistic in life. You can't expect miracles. And to be drawn like that, if she wins, Well, then she really is on her way to being the best ever.
Well, you know, the gentleman that interviewed you on the plane going to the Masters, it was a fascinating interview.
Yeah.
A very high-end interview, I might add. One of the things that it kind of gobsmacked him when you said to him that luck is the residue of desire. You know, I don't know that he'd actually heard that come out of too many people's mouths before, the way you succinctly summed it up.
No, that went off well, and it's imperative that athletes, which unfortunately they don't do, they've got managers, all they're trying to do is make money for them. They're not training them to dress well, they're not training them to speak well, to behave well. Now, I know your parents were supposed to do that, but a manager, and we had Mark McCormack of IMG, who was the greatest and biggest manager ever. He was always concerned with Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus and myself. Write a letter of thank you. Be kind to people. When you at a golf tournament, be kind to young people. Go out and see an old lady and give her a hug. You know, those are very important things.
Remember the bellboy's name, which is one of your
no, that's right. It's, yeah, if you could train yourself to remember names, it's an asset. Obviously, it's not possible to do with everybody, but I'd meet somebody whose name was John, and I'd walk away and I'd say, Big John, Big Bad John, and get it in my head. And so there are methods to do it, and some people do it better than others. And recently I took my girlfriend to the War Room in London of Churchill, which I go every year, and I go with a note and a pad, because I was taught by my manager that a blunt pencil is better than a sharp memory. And anybody who tries to remember is a conceited fool. So I write things down that Churchill had to say. And it's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. He and Donald Trump had a lot in common. They weren't diplomats. They said what they believed. They did it. They worked hard and they got results.
Did you ever meet anybody that said to you, Mr. Player, you drunk?
And in the morning,
Yeah, exactly.
there's a conclusion. You remember, for those who don't know, and I'm sure most do, Churchill was sitting with this lady and she said, you know, Sir Winston, you're a drunk and you're a bore. He said, Madam, I'm fully aware of that. But he says, tomorrow, and he said, but you ugly. And he says, tomorrow I'll be sober and you'll still be ugly. But I also liked, you know, I had an opportunity to meet Marilyn Monroe. And she was telling me, she said, you know, I had a very interesting meeting with Einstein. And she said to Einstein, and she was a gorgeous woman, let me tell you, a really gorgeous woman. She said, you know, Einstein, Mr. Einstein, sir, if you and I had a baby, it'd be the most beautiful, intelligent baby in the world ever. He said, Madame, maybe it'll be as ugly as me and have a brain like you.
Classic. Absolutely classic. Okay, so I interrupted you when it came to King Pels. Now, in my opinion, for what it's worth, he's the best bred horse in the whole race. He's by Duke of Marmalade,
Yeah.
he's by Daniel, out of a Galileo mare. Do you want to get better bred than that?
You can't. It's impossible. And you've only got to see how the family's done.
Grail Maiden.
Grail Maiden. And I've got the mare today. I've got this mare, you know, out of her. And Gaynor's got one. And she's had the Derby winner and all these Group 3s and Group race. No, it's hard to get a better bred horse. So it's very exciting. But I want to ask you a question now. Who are you commentating for? Obviously, I'm away overseas a lot of the year. Who are you commentating on the race horses nowadays? Anybody particular?
Bottom line is that every now and again in life, you hit an air pocket. And you have to be very careful how you negotiate that air pocket, because you could fall out the sky completely, or you could come out the other end with a lot of experience and no bitterness. Your words echo very clearly in my mind about Nelson Mandela being in jail for 27 years and coming out with no vengeance. There was a time, not so long ago, where I was angry. Very, very, very angry. And I did a lot of destructive things because I was so angry. I didn't know who to deal with. I didn't have the resources to fight this organization. But the bottom line is, you've got to let it go. And I'm working with my wife. We do ozone treatments on horses, which is O3. It's an extra molecule of oxygen. We help event horses, we help show jumpers, we help thoroughbreds. She's got a riding school, and I've formed a partnership with her to help her to do things that I was not able to help her when I was fully employed for racing or fully employed by the industry. So the air pocket has been a little bit more rough. I've fallen from 60,000 feet down to 20,000 feet, and I'm looking for a place to land. So sadly, I will not be working for anybody on Saturday.
Well, that's sad. No, but that's sad for me because I, obviously admire all the commentators and the people in the industry. But there's nobody that knows horses better than you do. I mean, of all the people I met, you're the most knowledgeable. And you should be in a position to be helping the public because we need more people in the industry. And that's the one thing that I've enjoyed doing, that I brought so many people into the racehorse business. And I continue to do that locally and overseas, many overseas players too. And so somebody, I don't know the ins and outs of that business, but somebody should be hiring you to help give knowledge to the public, because your knowledge knowledge is gold, and it's important for us all to be given knowledge. You can never get enough knowledge. Education is something, we leave this earth with insufficient knowledge.
Vagspec South Africa, the #1 leading aftermarket workshop for Volkswagen, Audi and Porsche. We offer a variety of repairs, maintenance and upgrades for your vehicle. We have branches nationwide: Stickland Industrial Belleville, Gans Plaza Somerset West, Church Street Zeerust and Menlyn Retail Park Pretoria. Building customers for life. Contact us today and feel the difference.